Aloha, I'm CM Monteleone, mamstrong808.com, and I'm here today in beautiful Maui with Tenya from Tenya Yoga.
Aloha.
And we're here to talk about how yoga can benefit athletes. Welcome.
Thank
No,
you,
I'm at your
Cynthia.
house.
Yes,
Look
aloha
at
and welcome.
Thank you.
This is my Ohana Yoga Shala here on Maui in Lahaina up in the beautiful hills of Laniapoko. Behind us we have the mountains, the West Maui Mountains. In front of us we have a view of 3 islands. And thank you for coming.
No, it's my pleasure. Tenya helped our track team out a lot last year. We had her come the day before every track meet to kind of decompress our runners. So all week long we were pounding our bodies, doing sprints, doing jumps, throwing, and so all of us got together and Tenya came up to the school and taught our track athletes yoga moves to help them recover from the pounding and also to help them prepare for their meet the next day. So that's what we're going to be showing a little bit later. But first I just had some general questions. So my first question is, what do you think makes yoga different from just exercise?
Well, what makes yoga different from just exercise is incorporating what is ujjayi or ocean wave breathing, incorporating the breath. So you're not just doing fitness or exercises or running or whatnot, any kind of athletics. You're actually having to incorporate the breath and think about what you're doing and clear out your mind. So it's a mindset. So it's mind, breath, and body, and which is a connection.
Wonderful. I really like the fact that the breathing comes into play because I believe that that has a great benefit in running as well. If you're paying attention to your breathing and you're connecting with your body, that way you're getting more oxygen right to your muscles.
Absolutely.
And there's got to be that connection going on with the yoga as well. So
absolutely.
I think that the yoga probably for runners especially helps you connect with your body and get more of this oxygen flowing. So that's really awesome. And so what do you think, just even besides running, what do you think the benefits for athletes in other sports, like maybe even high impact or high intensity sports? What are some of the benefits of yoga, would you think? And would you suggest that it's like a recovery method or a strengthening method? What are some of the things you think would help athletes?
Well, it's really a combination of everything. So not only is it flexibility, it's also strength training, mind, body, breath connection, and restoring the body, replenishing the body. So there's thousands and thousands of yoga poses that you can do and incorporate for that will complement any activity or any lifestyle. I always say I wish everybody could practice yoga. The world would be a better place.
I think that's great, and that's part of the reason why we're sharing today is I want to bring yoga to the attention of more athletes. Again, I really believe in it for running and for track. So if you're not doing yoga already, I think you should be incorporating it. And is there a certain style of yoga that maybe people should start with, or what would you recommend?
Well, I really recommend, if you can, work one-on-one with a teacher, somebody that you really really get along with, have a good rapport with. But otherwise, start with a beginner class. All the classes are hatha based, which means physical yoga. I know that can be quite confusing if you're looking at a timetable and there's different levels. But I've always liked to incorporate all levels in my classes. And what I like to do is start with the easiest pose and build it from there, so I can have all walks of life coming to my classes at any time. Because sometimes it's just trying to fit the class in or fitting time into stretch. And I was really grateful to be able to come up and work with the children and start them at a young age, and which the yoga helps them with studying for a test or being stressed out, and also obviously athletics.
Yeah, we were very appreciative because the high school kids hadn't really had much experience with yoga, and so Tenya talked a lot about how to use yoga within their daily lives as well, which I thought was really fantastic. Okay, so another question I have is, what do you think is the number one reason why people are maybe afraid to try yoga, or they don't think they need yoga, or they can't do the yoga, that sort of thing? Like, what would be hindering someone from trying yoga?
I get people coming to me all the time saying, I can't come to yoga because I'm not flexible enough. And I said, that's the exact reason why you should do yoga.
That's a good point. So they think they're not flexible enough, and the thing I love about yoga is I feel like I can incorporate it into my schedule, even if I'm at home with my kids.
Right.
So what about, like, schedule-wise? Should they be looking at going to a yoga class, or is there something they can do?
Well, it
with
is
an
important.
instructor?
It is important to go to yoga class to make sure you're doing the asanas properly, the yoga postures, so you don't injure yourself.
That's a good point, because sometimes I do my yoga poses and I think I'm doing them absolutely perfectly, and I'm
Yes.
totally not.
Yes.
Because then I look back at if I'm doing a video for a client or something like that, and my angles are not correct. And I love the fact that when Tenya came up to our school, if any of the kids were doing something a little off, the yoga instructor can come and correct them. So that's a good point.
It's really important. But if you can just go home in the evening and take out your mat and just try to incorporate some of the stretches that you do learn in classes, or that you do learn from a teacher, whether it's online, whether it's through a book, just practice yoga.
Awesome.
And start slow. Start with a few easy, basic poses.
Okay, so my question about running, because I'm obviously very interested in the running. In my warm-up, I do my warm-up is dynamic. I don't do any static stretching before I run or before I race. And so in about the middle of my warm-up, I do a little yoga flow. And I don't really hold my poses very long, but what would you say it would be a benefit of maybe doing some dynamic type yoga? Would you call it dynamic yoga, or what kind of yoga would that be if you're just kind of like moving through the poses?
Yeah, that's definitely a flow. That's a great warm up. I came from Ashtanga Vinyasa, which is, I felt like a yogi dance. You move one pose into the next for 5 breaths each.
Great.
And it's a wonderful way to warm up the body, to detox, to cleanse. Great for muscular flexibility, mind connection, breath control, breath connection, strength, support, flexibility. Did I say flexibility? I meant balance, structure, alignment.
So you would recommend for runners to maybe do a couple of poses in their warm-up?
Well, I like that for runners because runners are like to be busy.
Yes, that's true.
They're active, they're fit, they like to be busy, they want to sweat, they want to feel like they're working out, they want to feel their muscles being stretched.
Okay, sounds good. So Tenya, tell us a little bit, if you would like to tell us about your background here, and how you came to practice yoga, and share with your beautiful talents with all of us. It's amazing.
Well, I've been teaching yoga probably for over 20 years. I came from a dance and fitness background. I started teaching dance and fitness in the late 80s and studied it in university, dance, fitness, and as well as theater. And then from there progressed into yoga. And I didn't realize when I started practicing yoga that I would start teaching yoga, and didn't realize that for the rest of my life I'd be practicing yoga and teaching yoga. So it is a lifelong journey, a lifelong commitment, and I love it. I absolutely love it. It helps you through the good times and the bad times. You get back on your mat and you have to deal with whatever's going on in your life, and also it brings me so much joy.
And it brings everyone else joy for you to be teaching. I can tell you firsthand.
I love
thank
teaching.
you.
I love teaching. I also I have advanced teacher certifications. I can do teacher training up to 500 hours. So I have a lot of teachers that come to my classes.
Mm-hmm.
I taught retreats all around the world. I was London-based for 10 years as well, and I have lots of private clientele, group classes, and what I've really enjoyed here on Maui is community. And for 7 years I've been hosting Ohana yoga community classes up here. They're donation based up here in my home up here.
Wow,
in the hills.
we're really honored that you're able to share with us today. Thank you.
You're welcome. I just want yoga to be accessible and for everybody.
Oh, thank you.
Inhale. Exhale. So you're in the now. You're in the present moment and you're ready to stretch. You're ready to open your body and open your mind and try something new. Inhale. Exhale. You're clearing your mind. You're ready to open, release, energize, restore, all of the above, the yin and the yang, right? Hatha yoga.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to go over is I'm going to ask Tenya to show us a few things that you can do on your recovery day to reset your body and kind of rejuvenate or maybe decompress a little bit.
Sounds good. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll start on all fours and we'll do what is called a cat and cow pose. So you want your shoulders in line with your wrists and your knees in line with your hips. And as always, keeping your abdominals in. So strong core cultivation, right? For support and structure. Press down from the earth and round through your spine. Have your toes also tucking under. And as you keep your navel in and your rib cage drawing towards the inside of the body, look forward, gazing towards what is called the third eye drishti, or in between the brows. So try that. Exhaling and inhaling. And exhale. So arching the spine and rounding the spine. And just try that a few times. We just kind of see. Open all your fingers nice and wide and round through your spine. Pull your navel in. That's it. Nice big lift as much as you can. And then arching through the spine. Look forward. Draw the rib cage in. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Wonderful. Round again. And look forward. And as always, keeping a nice soft mini micro bend in through your joints, especially your elbow joints on this. One more time. Round through the spine. And arch through the spine. This helps to nice warm up the spine. Flat back. So press into my hands. It's like you're serving tea or coffee. So flat back. Pull up. Flat back. There you go. Keep going. Flat, flat, flat. Yeah, she's like, ah. And then this is called the child pose. So flat back and then come back. You're okay? This is called the extended child pose or balasana. So let your shoulders release. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. A full child pose relaxation. You bring your hands behind you and just come into a full relax. Just down towards the ground. Let your shoulders relax. That's it. Beautiful. And take some deep breaths in through the nose. And let's do out through the mouth to let go. A couple more times. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Let go. Yes. And one more time. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Relax and release. No worries. Right? Excellent. Beautiful. Okay. Let's move on. Okay.
Ready for number 2.
Yeah, number 2. The number 2 is a little bit more advanced, but that's okay. But great to open up through the hip socket and the hip joint. So let's go down back to our mats. And you take your foot and you turn it out. So let's start. I'm going to start with my left. You can start with your right. And have your knee go out to as far as you can. You can use blocks if you have them, or make like little claws or spider fingers. Bring your back foot all the way down and even ground all your toes. That's it. Okay. And then if you can, you gently draw your chest down. So you can use pillows or some blankets and draw your chest down and draw your forehead towards your hands. Now this pose is actually called the pigeon. But I lived in London for a long time and those pigeons are dirty. So I like to call this pose the swan.
All right.
So just enjoy the swan. Now, if your hamstrings and your quadriceps are really tight, I've got something that you can do from here. So take a few deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling in your pigeon. Now, if you'd like to, you can bend your back leg. This one's a little tricky. You can come onto your elbows. Let's see if you can try it. Just try it. Reach to grab your ankle and draw your heel in towards your booty. That's it. Draw your hips forward, deep into the mat, and then spiral turn your top hand and draw your forehead down. So you're pressing your hips.
I feel this in my quads.
Yes, that's it. You're pressing your hips deep. Draw your opposite and draw your hips forward and really getting an opening from the hip flexor. Does that feel nice? And then you can come around. This gets a little fancy. You can come around, yeah, without even shifting too much. Come around and then draw forward and stretch your arms forward and extending forward. That's it. So now you're lengthening through your hamstrings and your calf. Really keep your feet active. So pull up from your heart center and then draw your heart forward. Now, I always see the rounded back happening. So if you're feeling like you're stiff up here in the upper torso, just reach your arms up high. Stretch forward. Don't mind, that's just my son going on a scooter ride. Also a big runner. Exhale, go forward, bend. Right, so your chest is going forward. You want to lead with your heart. So not dropping your head. You don't actually drop your head until you can get your forehead or your chin towards your shin. So if that doesn't happen, keep looking forward and keep smiling. Now, if you're back in your pigeon and you're like, well, this is just enough for me, okay? This is enough. This is tight. You can even take a block, or you can take a bolster again, or you can fluff up some pillows to hug as you come forward. Then you can lie on your side. You can draw your knees together and abdominals in. And there again, reach to grab your ankle and draw your heel towards your booty and press your hips forward. It's the same exact stretch that you're doing, but just an easier version. Your knees come towards each other. That's right, Cynthia. Okay, coming towards each other and draw forward. So once again, getting all this quadricep, hip flexors, right?
Oh, yeah.
All the stuff that you use in running, right? And then also, then you can go from here, you can lie back, and then you can take that same leg and just extend it up towards the sky. Once again, keep an active foot. If you can't reach your foot, you can use a strap, you can use a towel. Now you're stretching, bending the opposite leg, hamstring and calf. You can even give yourself a little bit of a massage. Rolling back. Wonderful. Let's see. Stay there, Cynthia. Stay there. And so length. There she is. This is very tight, right?
Yes.
Tight through the hamstrings. Relax through your shoulders. Excellent. Press your heel up and towards my hand. You can even relax your arms. Tuck your chin under a little bit. How does that feel? Now, what's happening? Breathe. Breath.
Oh yeah, I was holding my breath.
Inhaling and exhaling. And keep your eyes open so you're really focused on what you're doing. You're really connecting to this very moment. So I would like to add also, yoga is really beneficial, I know, for balance and coordination and also muscular endurance. If you're moving from one pose to the next, you will start sweating. Your body gets used to training, right, a certain way. So if you cross-train by doing a dynamic form of yoga, you will sweat, right? Excellent. And just hug your knees into your chest. Stretch out your lower back. And then roll off to one side. And then rise back up. Or stay there.
I think I can get up.
Shavasana.
Okay. Wow, that was great. That feels really, I can tell how tight I am. I had a really tough week of practice this week, so that really already helps me open up. And
Rest. Inhale. Exhale so we can, when you go back into the stay.
So I just want to really say thank you again to Tenya for taking time out to help us with some great recovery poses, yoga poses, and to share her passion for yoga with us. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste. Okay.
Come back soon.